Hi, I'm Larry Puckett, the DCC guy. Today, I want to take a look at making the connections between your throttles, your command stations, your boosters, all of the various components on your layout that have to be connected. Sooner or later, these little pins are going to break off here, and you're going to have to start replacing some of these various components. And today I want to show you how to do that and how to make your own cables. So let's get started as soon as I zoom in. Okay, one thing about various DCC systems is they all use a similar approach to making connections amongst the throttles and the boosters and all the other components within their system. So let's take a quick look at how that works, and I'll show you how you can repair these and make up your own connecting cables. Now, if you look first here, this is a standard Digitrax connector on a DT500 throttle. It's called an RJ12. If you look closely, I don't know if the camera can pick this up or not, but there's 6 gold pins here that make the connections, and there are 6 wires in here of different color that run through this flat telephone type cable. Okay. Now, this is similar to what is used on the North Coast Engineering throttles. You can see it's got the same type connector and the same 6 colors, the same 6 gold pins. So these both use this one type of connector, the RJ12 6C. And I will give you the part number for where you can buy this, or for the part number at All Electronics, and you can look for it elsewhere if you desire. These sell for about $1 each. You can get them slightly less in larger quantities. The other type of connector that is used occasionally is this RJ45. It's slightly larger, as you can see, than the RJ12. It has 8 connectors, 8 pins, and the cable has 8 wires running through it. And that's what MRC uses for their system, and it can be repaired. You can buy, I bought this box of them, of these connectors, at Lowe's Hardware. You can probably find them at other hardware stores. I'm going to get this out of the way. If you look at these, it's a fairly straightforward matter. If you need to plug it into a throttle, or into a command station, the throttle into a command station, it's easy to do that. You just plug it in, pull it out, and that little clip holds it firmly in place. The unfortunate thing is this little clip only has so many life cycles of flexing before it breaks off, and you eventually are going to need to get that repaired. And you can either ship the whole darn throttle back to Digitrax or NCE or MRC, whoever, to get it repaired, or I'll show you how you can do it yourself. The other thing with these cables is, if you have more than one command station and booster, you need to make a connection between them so that they can communicate. And that's done with what are called patch cables. And I've got one here that is fairly short, easy to work with. So you can just clip it in like this, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it. And you can interconnect more this way, and if you need, or when you need to, make a connection to a throttle connector panel, okay, like this UP5 from Digitrax, it's a simple matter to plug it in here in the back, and then you can run another cable out to go to the next one in line and daisy chain them together. So it's a fairly simple matter to interconnect all of these. NCE has their own connector panel that's very similar, as you can see. So again, another common approach to the same problem. How do you make all these connections? Now, these cables you can purchase in various sizes, or lengths that is. This one is fairly short. This one looks like it's probably around 20 feet long. And they're available. You can buy these online at various places. And The problem with that is, if you only need a cable this long, you don't want to have that much wire to wrap up or that much wire in the way. And it's wasteful. It's going to cost you more because even if you go ahead and buy the individual components, the wire and the connectors, it's a lot cheaper in the long run to make up your own than to deal with these long, ungainly pieces of wire that you have on hand when you buy from manufacturers. So what I want to show you now is how you can make up your own cables and how you can repair your own throttles when these clips eventually do break off. And they do, let me tell you. Okay, let me get a throttle first. I'm going to use a piece of connector here that is just like the throttle cable that comes from the factory, just to show you so I don't have to go cutting the connectors off of my throttles here. What I use is a standard Xuron track cutting tool. So it gives you a nice flush cut here. And before you do any cutting, make sure you take a good close look at the orientation of the wires in here, because the standard is to keep the white wire on the right hand side. So looking down at the top of the clip here, you've got a white, and it goes through a series of colors with blue on the left. Okay? You always want to go, and the mantra is white on the right. So keep your white wire always on the right, and your connections will be correct. And I'll explain why that's important in just a minute. But at any rate, let's say you've got a throttle, and this little pin breaks off, like now it won't hold. So you can see what happens when the pin is loose. It won't stay in there. It'll pull out quite easily. So to replace that, all you do is take and cut it off, like so. And then I have this tool that I got originally from Radio Shack, but All Electronics sells a similar one, and I will include that part number in my description. Now, the great thing about this is you can take and place your cable in here and pull, and you can see it's removed the outer jacket and left the wires intact inside. So I've got I've got white, black, red, green, yellow, and blue in that order. Then you simply take one of these replacement connectors, put it on with the white wire on the right. You can see how that is? Now if this is done properly, on the bottom, right behind the gold pins, there's an indentation. You want that indentation to be over top of the original jacket. In this case, it's a black jacket. Because when you press down on that indentation, it pushes down into the cable and makes a firm connection there. So it takes the tension off of the connections out here at the end. And that's something you want. I've seen people that remove too much of this jacket, and you end up with the crimping here being done onto the wires, and it's not very tight. So make sure you do that. Leave it so that the wire jacket goes up almost to the pins themselves. Then it's a simple matter to insert that into the 6-pin slot, and this has a 6-pin and an 8-pin slot. You insert that in there, and you give it a good squeeze, a couple of good squeezes. And what that does is it pushes these little pins or connectors down into the wires, and it compresses this indentation in the plastic down into here so that it's on there very tight. The only way you're going to get that off is if you cut it off just like I just did. Now, if you were going to be making a connector cable to go to another booster or any other device, you have to be aware that there's two types of cables. There is a telecommunication cable, which is used in telephone type operations, and there's what's called a data cable. Now, with the data cable, it's important that you always have this white wire on the right-hand side, because otherwise it will reverse the polarity of your DCC signal as it goes out to your other components. And what this means is, if you put it together backwards, if you put it together so that basically it reverses the wire connections internally, then when it goes from from the command station out to the booster, the polarity of your DCC signal will also be reversed. And what that results in is the power that goes out from your booster will be the opposite of the power that is fed out from your command station. And you don't want that because it will create a short at your track. So let me say that again. You have to make sure that the white wire is always on the right when you make that connection. Otherwise, it will reverse the power or the phase of your power DCC signal that goes between your command station and your booster, and the resulting DCC power that goes to your track will also be opposite polarities. And you don't want that because it will create shorts. So the easiest way to fix that is to do the cables right from the beginning. And make sure, though, that you know what your DCC system does as far as the polarity of the cables. Most of them that I am aware of use the data configuration, not the telecommunication configuration. So there's the one that I've done. Let me do another one and show you the right way to do it. So I'm going to put this in here. This has two blades, one to cut it off flush, and another here to strip. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to strip off the outer jacket, like so, and show you. I'm going to set this up, as I said, with white on the right. So the white goes in on the right. Now, I've trimmed this just a tad bit too short, or too long, excuse me. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to trim just a little bit more off of that, using the built-in cutter there. And then when I put this in, you can see it goes in a bit further, just enough for the crimper to do its job properly. Now, another thing, in both cases now, the white is on the right. So you put that in like so, and give it a good pinch, and that will crimp those wires. So now, if I want to go from my command station to a panel, it's a simple matter to do that, and I will have an active low connect connection between my command station and my first throttle panel. So that's how simple that is. And it's just as simple to do that, as I said, with a throttle, okay? And again, always, white is on the right. Use that data configuration. Well, I hope that shows you how easy it is to go ahead and repair your own throttle connectors and to make up your own cables for installing new components on your layout. So the next time you have a broken throttle connector, go ahead, give it a try. It's not rocket science, and once you have the right tools and parts, it's just a matter of doing it. Have a good week, and we'll see you later. Bye.